How to share photos via the Mail app. Well, actually, via the Photos app, but sending it in an email. This is my recommended way of sharing photos if you're wanting to share large amounts, i.e., I guess more than 10. Trying to do it within the Mail program is quite tedious, and also you can't see the larger format of the image. So let me show you how easy it is to share photos via email, but starting with the Photos app instead. So I'm going to jump to my iPad, and it doesn't matter if it's on the iPad or iPhone, the process here is still the same. I'll touch here on the Photos app. At the moment, I'm on the library at the top. And so this is the most recent photos. If you can't see your albums here, remember it's touching this little sidebar in that top left corner. So you can see that my photos are pretty well organized into folders. Here I can touch on the wedding folder. And let's say I'm wanting to share these 33 photos. So now I can tap on select and then select all. Now, how quick and easy was that? So now I touch here on the share button down the bottom left corner of that right column. And when this pops up, I can now touch on the mail icon. Now it needs to download these photos from iCloud. My device can't possibly fit the 40,000 photos that I have in my library. So they're stored in the iCloud, and it's just quickly downloading the photos. It could take a few minutes. So if it's a couple of hundred photos, do expect that it takes some time. So I'm going to pause now until they have been downloaded from the iCloud. So now those photos have downloaded from the iCloud, and they are now in the Mail app ready to be sent. So you can see it's a huge file, 138 megabytes. And that's why it does take a few minutes for it to download from the iCloud if the photos aren't stored locally on your device. Now I touch the blue circle with the white arrow, and of course it's going to say, we cannot possibly send this, it's too big. Now, if I'd hit this button, try sending attachments, it's not going to do a good job. It will fail because it's over 10 megabytes, although some email providers do go up to 28 megabytes now. But even so, I don't know why Apple offers this option. They know this isn't going to go through. Just used MailDrop instead, and off it goes. So how much easier is that to select a whole album? A couple of touches and I was able to select 33 photos. Now, if you wanted to do that, but not send all of the photos, I could come into this album, touch select, hit select all, and I could say, oh, we've got a bit of duplication here. So why don't I get rid of some of this duplication? And I could reduce the amount of photos I want to send. And that's personal preference, of course, all the time when we're doing these type of things. Which photos do we actually want to send through? And so now I've reduced that down to 26 photos. Now I touch the share button again, touch mail. Now, because I've already downloaded these photos from the iCloud for that first share, I would expect this process the second time to be a bit quicker. It is only 110 megabytes, not 132. And of course, it has worked much faster in downloading all of those photos. So using the Photos app as your starting point, I think is a far better solution when you are sending photos that you've already organized or when you are sending a lot of photos.